Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it has been an extremely long time since I have posted a video here, but I am so sorry, but so much has happened since the last time I posted a video. And it may actually have been 2020. Like, I don't think I posted a video all 2021 at all. So yeah, a lot happened. Just a little update. Um, I had another child. That's the biggest thing that happened. I had a beautiful baby boy in April, and so yeah, we ended up buying a house in 2020 in preparation for the new baby. And so yeah, a lot's been going on. Life has been really busy, but I am here because even though I didn't do a video on my goals for 2021, I wanted to do a recap anyway of what I actually accomplished in 2021 and where I'm actually going for 2022. So I'm just gonna dive right in. I got me some notes right here. Y'all know how I am. I love to have my notes just to keep me on track. But yeah, so I didn't have any major goals. I have to say that. So let me start by saying I didn't have a whole bunch of goals. Let me say that. My goals were major, but I really only had two goals for 2021. One goal was to birth a healthy baby, which I did. And my other goal was to publish my book, which unfortunately I did not. So, you know, uh, it took a lot to give birth to a baby. If you're a mother, you know what it's like to carry a baby. And, I will spare you all the details, all the specific details, but, it was tough. Pregnancy, I applaud women who love being pregnant, but I'm not one of them. And honestly, I don't want to do it again. I want this to be the last one. But the pregnancy was tough. It was hard till the end. And, and I honestly didn't work on much while I was pregnant. So, but thankfully, even though I did not publish my book, I did make progress. I made a lot of progress, and which I was feeling very discouraged about at first because I wasn't making progress at first. I didn't know where to start. I had put it down for so long. Like, you ever had a project or anything that you were doing and you stopped working on it for a long time? When you picked it back up, you don't remember anything about it. Some people say it's like riding a bike, but for me, it wasn't. Like, I didn't know, I couldn't remember what I did last. Like, I mean, I saw everything in front of me, but I just didn't know where to go next. I didn't know how to pick it up and run with it again. And I really prayed about it, and I was like, okay, I need help. And I thought I needed people to help me. And so, and I'm pretty sure I've touched on this before, but just in case I haven't, or you haven't seen any videos before where I haven't, I wrote, I'm not writing anymore because I'm out of the writing phase, and I actually wrote the book. But I wrote a devotional, 365-day devotional. And, but I did not write it in order. And that was that was a big task for me, to actually put them all in order and make it flow and do what it do. And so that task was daunting for me. I didn't like doing that, but it was menial, and I thought I was going to need somebody to help me to do it. And I was like, as much as I did, it was my babies. I didn't want to relinquish my baby to anyone, but at the same time, I was like, I really need help. And I prayed and I prayed, and I started doing my research, who would actually be able to do something like that for me. And they were like, you may need a certain type of editor and all this stuff. So I started researching people like that, reaching out. Uh, and I was like, okay, well, while I am doing my research, while I'm reaching out to people, I said, let me just do a little bit. And as I started doing I ended up doing the whole thing myself, as far as putting it in order. Like, I prayed and prayed about it, like, God, just show me so I can do a little bit. And, whenever so-and-so comes in, they'll be able to pick up where I left off, and yada, yada, yada. But God blessed me to put it all in order. And not to say that's the final order or final draft, but I got that task, at least that phase of that task done. And so now I am in the phase, of, I guess, kind of more editing in the sense that I'm letting someone else. I have a beta reader, one beta reader, that's actually reading the book and giving me their feedback on the book. But I am also in the process of looking for an actual, like real editor so that I can get close to publishing. I have not decided on traditional or self-publishing yet, but being that I really want to publish in 2022, I don't know. I'll see what my options are. So I'm not going to go that far about it. But yeah, so goal-wise, I accomplished the goal of birthing a healthy baby, and that was no small feat for me. And then I did not accomplish the goal of writing the book, but I have made progress, which I am happy about. And think about that for yourself as we are in December now. Think about your goals and what you have accomplished. Did you meet your goals? Did you accomplish your goals? And if you haven't, don't diminish your progress that you made on the goals. It's okay if you didn't reach the full thing, but see where you are, what you did, and celebrate that. I celebrate the fact that I got that daunting task done of putting the book in order. So, yeah, oh, I'm sorry, y'all, my nose is really itchy. But yes, I'm really excited about that. The other thing right now is it's been taking me, my baby is 7 months old now, and I do have a 2-year-old daughter as well. So I have a 7-month-old son, 2-year-old daughter. And it's just been a process and a journey learning how to be a mother of 2 essentially babies. It's hard work, you know, to work a full-time job and to take care of babies and try to run a household, you know, being a wife and, like I said, having a career and also working on things like this. So just, you know, working on my goals and self-development. It's hard learning how to do it all, but I believe it can be done. Maybe not all at the same time, but it can be done. So that's where I am with my goals. That's the progress that I've made. And then I just wanted to touch a little bit on, oh, and I forgot, I was supposed to bring my journals in here. Might have them both because I was using them over here last. So that's awesome. But yeah, so in terms of just goals and the progress that I made and stuff like that, I wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about like journaling. And so it's one thing just to write out, you know, your goals of what you think you want to do for the year. But I have journals, and I have more than this, right? Places where I go to write things. And this journal right here, it's kind of falling apart right now because I've been using it since I think 2015. Yes, 2015 is when I started using this journal. And from that time, really, I wrote a lot of prayers, declarations, you know, just my raw feelings, everything like that in this journal. And during my prayer time, you know, I'd write prayers, but then I'd also write responses when I felt like I was hearing from God. I would write it in my journal, and I'd always state it, and so I'm always able to go back, and sometimes I just take time and I sit and I read through my journal so that I can see the prayers that I prayed, what actually came to pass, and things that God may have spoken to me that I never acted on. So when you're going into the new year and you're like, oh, you know, I have goals, I don't know what goals I'm going to set this year. If you journal, go back through your journal, and if you write down your conversations with God and what God has spoken over you or to you, rather, read through your journal and just see the things that, hey, might help you. Say this, if you're looking for purpose, like maybe this will help. This could definitely be a key. I didn't know that I wanted to write a book. I didn't know I wanted to be an author until I feel like God laid it on my heart way back. I want to say, is this the tab? I might have this. I'm not sure if this is the tab. It's not the tab. But I want to say it was way back in 2015, not long after I started journaling, that God put it on my heart. Maybe 15. Had to be 15. Had to be 15. But God told me that I was going to write a book. I had no desire to write a book at the time, but it's what I felt God was speaking to me. So I just wrote it in here. And I was like, God, you give me desires that I never thought I'd have, and I never did anything with it. And it wasn't until the end of 2019 that I decided that, hey, I'm going to start my book in 2020. And that's like, 5 years later, 5 years later that I have that was my goal to start writing the book. But it was in my journal from long ago. So I encourage you, if you do not journal, to start. Buy you a journal and just start. And if you don't know what to write, just start by writing your feelings. If you pray, you should pray, but you can write prayers, and they don't have to be super long. They can be short or whatever length, but just write, what you want God to know, what you have on your heart. And you'd be surprised as you're writing how thoughts will come into your mind, and you just start writing them down, and you're like, wow, that was from God. It's amazing. So, but yeah, so, that's what this journal is. And then I have this journal that a friend of mine, Jessica, gave to me a while back, and I think I started writing in this one in 2017. And this journal is more of ideas that I have, like for Inspirational Candy, for this YouTube channel, and other things that I do, like when it came down to the book and stuff like that. When I have ideas, when I feel like they're God ideas especially, but sometimes it's just ideas that I have, and I write them down and I pray about them later, or but I want them written down, and then I'm like, okay, but maybe this, I might come back to and be like, okay, maybe this won't work, or God's not leading me in that direction, or maybe not right now. But I have all my ideas, especially what I feel like are God ideas, in this journal. So I keep them separate, because this is really like my prayer journal, like go to war journal. And then again, this is like, what I feel like purpose and what God has for me to do, and goals and stuff like that in this journal. And I really wanted to touch on that because as we go into the new year, we want to talk about like what are really the desires of our hearts that we, really want to do. And when I think about my overall like life, like what do I want, right now, ultimately, there are certain things that I want, and I wrote them down. And I said, I want more freedom with my time. Like right now, I work a career, a 9-to-5 job. And how can I go to work? I have to clock in when they say clock in. I clock out when they say clock out. I have to be there on the days that they say be there. And I would like more flexibility with my time at some point, to not have to do it like that. And then financial freedom, of course. I know we all want that. And not just to be like rich and famous, but just really to be like free to where I'm not so under pressure to have to oh God, all these bills, all this debt. The debt is really the killer, right? I want, oh no man, nothing but love. So to have the financial freedom, and also of course, I want to be able to leave an inheritance for my children as well. But the financial freedom is also another big one. And then speaking of my kids, I want to be able to create a legacy for my kids. And I don't know exactly what that legacy is going to look like just yet, but I want to have something that I can pass down and instill in them. The relationship with God is definitely a big thing for me, but I don't know what the whole legacy, the encompassing legacy is going to look like that I will hand down to my children. But all I know is that I want to have one, and I want to have a good one to hand down to my children. And then I also want to have a legacy to leave in this world that will touch the world long after I'm gone. And I don't know if that legacy is going to be my children. It could very well be them that, keep producing generation after generation that will touch this world long after I'm gone. Or it could be part of it could be the book or books that I write, or, you know, the YouTube channel where people may look back for generations and maybe see these videos and that it will help someone. So those are the kind of like, as of right now, like the desires that I really have that are big and general, and that I feel like all the things that I am doing and going to do are all kind of falling under those things. So if that makes sense. Yeah, and so right now, I don't want to wait until the new year comes to like, okay, you know, we're going to get busy. Like, I'm reviewing my goals, I'm reviewing my progress. Where did I fall short? Where am I now? And where do I need to pick up? And I don't want to wait until 2022, the new year, to pick up with the goals. I want to start now, because honestly, you know, the days are not promised to us. We don't know that we're ever even going to make it to 2022. So I want to do what I can do now before the new year comes in. And so and, you know, and for 2022, I don't have any real new goals. Honestly, I want to continue working on the things that I have been working on for in 2020 and in 2021 that, you know, haven't really been completed, but I've been working hard on them. I want to finish those things. I want 2022 to be the year of manifestation of God's promises that I have been working on. You know, God has definitely given me promises. I've been, like I said, I write them down and I work towards them. I know that He's with me in doing these things because, you know, I feel He gives me confirmation in different ways, in different areas. So I am believing that 2022 is going to be the year of manifestation. I believe that 2022 will be the year that I'm able to actually publish my book. And whatever else, like I do have some other things that I'm working on besides the book that should be coming down the pipe, but I want to have a little more done, or have more of it done before I actually share about all of that. But I do, you know, have some things that I've been working on. And so I'm believing God to just see the manifestation of it all in 2022. I feel like I've been sowing my time, sowing my resources, even sowing my my energy and all kinds of things, you know, towards these goals. And so I'm hoping to actually see the harvest of it all. I'm kind of excited about that. So that's what I have coming up. I don't think yeah, that's really it. I'm just believing for the manifestation. I'm going to continue working. And so, you know, and that's what I want to encourage you guys to do. Like, if you feel like you didn't reach your goals in 2021, it's okay. Maybe you've been working on them for the last couple of years. And if you feel like that's something that God has called you to do, and keep working on it, keep writing the book if that's what you're doing, keep, you know, going to school, keep, you know, going for the job or whatever else it is out there that you're doing. Start the ministry, keep working on it until it comes to fruition, if you believe that's what God called you to do. And right now, for some reason, it just popped into my head thinking about Noah building the ark. You know, Noah was building that ark for a long time before the rain came, before there was even a drop of rain. Noah was building that ark and working on that ark diligently, daily, no matter what people said. It probably was like for decades. They're like, really, you still working on this thing? You know, we ain't seen no rain yet. You ain't finished yet. Like, what is happening? But Noah worked diligently. And so we are called to do the same. If we believe God has given us something, no matter how long, you know, I know we see these people who we think have become sensations overnight celebrities. They, you know, just everything seemed to happen, but we don't know how long some of these people had to work and pray, and we don't know the tears they cried, the blood, sweat that they had to put into it. You know, we don't know all of those things, because my experience is nothing really happens overnight. And so I am going to keep working on my goals. I want you to keep working on your goals and keep being your best self. Keep becoming the person that God is calling you to be. Okay? All right. Well, that's really it for this video. Guys, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, like it, share it. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I will see you in the next video. Hopefully it doesn't take this long to come back, but I hope to see you guys soon. And I doubt that I'm going to do another video before the new year comes in. But if I do, cool. If I don't, I will see you in 2022. Bye, guys.